Hi, I'm Robin Pickens, and I wanted to share my new fabric collection, Solana, with you. Solana means, it's a Spanish word for towards the sun, and that's what sunflowers do. They look towards the sun, and that's what my flower is this time, sunflowers. This is the main print. I usually do a really large floral as my main print in all my collections. And with Solana, we've got big sunflowers. There's also a nice illustrational line drawing of the sunflowers in the background, as well as some little ladybugs going around on our leaves. Solana, we have numerous different colorways. We have this cream white that goes into yellows. There's a peach and clementine orange color, green, a pond blue, and a deep horizon blue. This has a lot of contrast on it, which is lovely. A couple of the really exciting things I wanted to share this time with the collection. It's the first time I've ever done a scenic print. And so this print here has fields of sunflowers, it's got farmland, it's got farmhouses and tractors, and this would make a really great backing on a quilt, and there's a lot of detail in it. There are two colorways on this. This is the pond version, and it blends with all of the other coordinates in this group. The other thing that I'm super excited about, because it's the first time I've ever done panels. So as you can see, we've got panels for Solana. This is a quote from Helen Keller about keeping your face to the sunshine so you don't see the shadows. That's what sunflowers do. This is a 1 yard cut, so it's the width of fabric by 1 yard. It's digitally printed, and this would make a really great whole cloth quilt project if you wanted to play around with your quilting on it. And it also would be really nice as the center of a larger quilt. This is the other panel, which is Wherever Life Plants You, Bloom with Grace, and it's based on a French proverb. And again, this is the same 1 yard cut. It would be really nice to do quilting, and I can show you how nice this looks even if you were to have this as the center of a quilt with blocks going all around it. Could be a really fun project too if you're doing the MODA blockheads blocks, to do them in this color palette and surround this as a center panel. So in Solana, we've got this cream to yellow colorway, and this is the first time I have done a white on white print. It's the sunflower seeds, and it has a really pretty background. And in fact, these blocks that I just showed, these actually are using it as a background with the white on white print of the sunflower seeds. It's the first time other than thatched I've had a white on white print. We have little ladybugs in the group. This is the Varietals. It's based on all the different sketches of kinds of sunflower centers. This is the stalks, based on the verticality of the tall sunflowers with their stems. More of the seeds. And we also have this crisscross, which is based on a rattan, kind of a basket weave pattern. And there are also some new blenders that go along with the thatched collection and with these colors. For the pre-cuts on this group, we have layer cakes, charm packs, we have jelly rolls, the honey bun 1.5 inch cuts, mini charm packs, fat eighths, and what I love is that in the fat quarter bundle, it also includes this cream panel that is the one about Wherever You're Planted, Bloom with Grace. So that is included in the fat quarter bundle. So it's all fat quarters and a yard. This makes a great project if you want to make that the center of your quilt and then do blocks around it. You've got everything that you need to coordinate, just add some more background. Would you like another closer look at some of these coordinates for Solana? I showed that we had the main print here, the Varietals, the crisscross, rattan, and as well, if we're in the blue colorway, we have the pond color and the horizon color. We've got the thatched coordinates, there's the rattan, we've got the stalks, more of the Varietals, ladybugs, this beautiful scenic. In the peach to clementine colorway, ladybugs, We've got the varietals in both the deep and light shades are thatched. Another one of the crisscross rattan, the stalks, and those sunflowers in this really nice warm color. And the greens. Our scenic, we pick up some lovely whites in with the rattan crisscross here. The varietals, you get a little bit of those blues and oranges playing in there as well. The sunflower seeds, ladybugs, the stalks, and our green. And on all of these, this kind of white background or these linear create almost a lacy effect on the fabric. This quilt is fair and square. It's actually one of the first quilt patterns that I released with my Poppy May collection. But I've made a couple slight adjustments to go along with this group, and I'm re-releasing the pattern. The differences are that now I have this extra little sashing within each of the squares, as well as an extra sashing that's running around the outer perimeter of the quilt. So it kind of frames the quilt, just like these center squares are framed. I wanted to have this quilt with a colored background this time, and so I felt that having the white sashing in there added a little extra sparkle, a little extra detail in there that I liked, and set off the color, makes it crisp against the white. The background color that I've used is Bella Solid's Baby Yellow number 31. And I also looked at another option for this quilt, which was Bella Solid's 51. This is Buttercup. And I think this is also another really great fabric to use with it. You can see how the buttercup works really nicely with these colors in the quilt. I just happened to decide for myself that I liked this soft yellow that just had this real soft buttery feeling to it. But I think that this is also a really nice alternative if you want something that's got a little more color punch to it. This block, I was playing with a little bit of what I might do for my quilting on it, and I think I'll make a little pillow cover out of this. Fair and Square is made with a layer cake. You can use charm packs, multiple charm packs if you like, because the size of all the cut pieces would work with piecing it with charm packs. And if you had a couple different charm packs mixing together some collections, this would make a really pretty scrappy quilt. This quilt pattern is Simple Solstice. I wanted a quilt that had a really light and airy feeling to it, and also something that was very beginner friendly. This one is beginner friendly because you get to do different blocks like half square triangles, flying geese, and snowball corners, but it's really forgiving and you can make it quickly because you don't have to match a lot of points. You can see the spaces here, so it's great if you're practicing some of your skills. You will do a little bit of matching of points right here where these sunshines meet each other. But overall, this comes together really quickly. It has a lot of impact because we've got these big panels, so we can show off big prints. And this is a bed size, but I also am including in the pattern, making it with a charm pack. So this is made with a layer cake, and there will be the size also for a charm pack. And the charm pack size of blocks is this size. And so you can see the difference on sort of what size quilt that will make. This makes a really nice wall quilt. You can also add a little bit more border, make it into a lap quilt, or you could do a couple charm packs and make a larger bed quilt out of it as well. This is Backslash. It's one of my new patterns for this Solana group. Backslash is made with 11 half-yard cuts, and I've used 11 half-yard cuts so that I have variety for movement within the quilt, but I also can tell a color story. So I've done it here in this clementine, peach, yellow, and green colorway. And as you can see, we've got backslashes and forward slashes, and then within this quad panel, we also have half square triangles, which create a diagonal that helps lead into the movement all around the quilt. The other colorway that I've done here is with this horizon blue and the pond blue and the gold colors, and I think this makes a really nice contrast as well. You can make this quilt with a layer cake. If you do, it'll be a much scrappier look and a bit busier versus doing the 11 half-yard cuts where you're telling a more cohesive color story. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to take a look at Solana with me. I've had so much fun sewing with this collection. It's been so warm and happy, and I hope it brings that to you too.